think those guys have been really dialed in practice and really focusing on their technique. I mean, that's a big thing, is just, getting our technique better so we can be better prepared. So I think that's the biggest improvement, technique.
What's been personally your biggest, goal pursuit here in the last couple of months?
My biggest goal is just to be available, be a good teammate, be ready to help Gerald on the sideline, wherever, just contribute how I can, I guess, the best I can.
Do you think you're getting closer to kind of a bigger role?
Obviously the older guys are going to graduate, and there's opportunity next year for sure. But I'm not saying that I'm giving up on this year. I'm going to practice hard, do everything I can, but I think I'm pretty much settled into my role this year.
Right. You guys, to some of the younger guys who are going to be around the next couple of years, you talk about let's build this thing up the way it's supposed to be while you're here.
We can take a lot from the older guys. The culture around here is so much better than it used to be already, and unfortunately, those older guys only get 1 year with these coaches in this strength program. And fortunately for us is that we get a whole other year of strength training and coaching from these guys. So I think that's going to benefit us a lot, just seeing the older guys, work this year.
Are you kind of appreciative of the timing for you of how it worked out, where you do get 3 years with them?
Yeah, I am. It's complete luck. I was recruited by Bo's staff, and Riley was here when I came in here. So, I had no idea that I'd end up with these guys, but I'm really glad that I did.
Not to go way back, but when you say the culture is it just feels different, what are some of the things that really stick out to you?
It's even when we were 0-6, I didn't feel like I was part of a losing team. I guess we just came back into work on Monday, same as always, and the seniors, they're I want the season to be special for them, and I can tell that they are passionate about it every week, and people are being held accountable more than last year. Not just in practice, but in classes, everything we do, and it helps put you in a mindset each week as you go into the game about doing everything perfectly, and that's the biggest change, I think.
Classes, they keep a closer look at your grades, or they?
Yeah, and then they we have a list, and I guess sort of the cool thing about the list, is that the captains are in charge of it, the players, and at least for me, if a coach yells at me, it's oh, coach yells at me, whatever. But if one of your players comes up and looks you in the eyes and is like, "Hey, man, you messed up," that takes a deeper hit to me. So I guess that's another change in the culture, is just the players being in charge of holding each other accountable instead of just being yelled at by coaches.
Is it a list if you don't go to class or something?
Yeah, if you miss class, meals, meetings, stuff like that.
Okay.
What's the atmosphere been like in the O-line room this season?
I don't know, we like to have a lot of fun. We're all pretty good friends, honestly, I'd say. Across the board, just a bunch of good friends, and because of that, we all want to work hard for each other, and we all want to work hard for Coach Austin.
Coach Frost has said he wants you guys to prepare for guys like their nameless, faceless opponents.
Right.
What's that like when it's Bethune-Cookman 1 week, Ohio State the next week? Is that kind of a test of that?
I think that's a perfect test, honestly, of a faceless opponent, because it's two different teams. Obviously, one's Ohio State, but the whole idea is that you prepare the exact same way, no matter who it is, and that's how you win, is just being consistent.
Just to put it blunt, they've really embarrassed you guys the last couple of years. Is there a kind of determination to let's show a fight in this one?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty sick of those guys, coming in and whooping us or going there and getting whooped, and we hope to change that, and we believe that we can.
How much different? I guess the Michigan game was kind of a similar test against a power program in a stadium like that.
Right.
How much different is this team, you think, now compared to then?
I think we've grown a lot. I mean, any team's going to get better as the season goes on, but I just think that our minds are in a better place, especially just mentally. Like we're starting to believe, we're starting to buy in, and there's not a doubt in anyone's mind that we can go in there and do this.
What can you point to with this team for where you look back at the last 2 games and say this team's different than those? Are there certain things, certain traits that are different this year?
You mean talking about my team?
Yeah, your
Nebraska.
team.
Different than the last 2 games. I'm sorry. Can you
Yeah,
repeat the
yeah.
question?
Like how have you guys come along mentally, schematically this year from when you played Ohio State the last couple of years?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I don't know. Like, I feel like the last 2 years we played them at a point where morale seemed to be down. Like you could just feel it. Not a lot of energy. It felt like we had a lot of pressure on us. Almost. I can't speak for the guys who played in the game and everything, but just from being in practice and being around it, that's what I felt. And this year it's almost like we're going to go in there and we're going to fly around, and what happens happens, and at the end of the day we're going to come back on Sunday or Monday and repeat the process, but we're just more ready to attack, I guess is what I'm saying.